Welcome back to the Great Bump Talk podcast, episode 3. I know it's been a long time. Last episode was on Christmas. So I just want to say I appreciate all y'all watching and all the support, and appreciate y'all for staying down with us through this whole process. Today we got a special guest, Charone Peake, one of my friends. I can call him my friend. Mm-hmm. You know, one of the best receivers to come through Dorman, one of the best athletes to come through South Carolina, and I want to say appreciate you for coming through.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, so first question I want to ask is, where you from and tell us about your upbringing.
I lived over in Moore, so I was kind of around that line between Dorman and Burns, but I was more on the Dorman side. But grew up in a 2-parent household, man. So lived in a good neighborhood, one older brother. But hard-working parents, man. You know, that was kind of my motivation because, you know, my dad would get up 3 o'clock in the morning, going to work. My mom, same thing, about 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, working all day. But I had a good upbringing, man. I was, I wasn't rich or nothing, but pretty much got what I wanted. You know what I mean? I had everything I needed. So yeah, that was watching them, go through all that to support me. That was kind of motivation for me. So that was kind of my upbringing, man, and just, living through my parents, doing everything for them.
Yeah, 2 hard-working parents, it really play a part. Like, I feel like that's really important. Like, just to see the motivation when you're young, so you can work hard when you get older.
Exactly. That's that support, man. They ain't never missed a game, man. They had everything I do.
Exactly.
No matter how little or big it is, man, they being there for it, and that's big too because it teaches you how to become a parent yourself too.
Yeah, I feel that. So was football like your first love, like sports-wise, or like was there any other sport that you really was into first before football, or how was that?
I kind of had a love for football and basketball, but I guess I kind of had that dream of being the first to like do be in the NFL and the NBA, which is at the time when you're young, it's like you don't realize that's unrealistic.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that was
it's realistic.
But that was my dream, man. But that was always I always loved it, man. Ever since I was little, I started playing football and basketball when I was like 6 years old, so I was real young when I started, and I just fell in love with it from the start. And watching my brother play too, and that was kind of motivation. Just I enjoyed watching him play, and every draft day, man, I would watch. And one that dream was seeing them guys, with Roddy Goodell hold up that jersey, man. That's what I want. That's what I dreamed of. But I guess I always had more of a love of football, and then like as I got older. And kind of got to middle school, and I started leaning towards football. Then, Coach Gutschall hit me. He came to one of my middle school games, playing basketball actually, and he wanted me to come to spring ball. So I was in 8th grade at spring ball with high schoolers.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was comfortable with it and confident in myself, and I made like a crazy catch on my first practice. I was like, damn. So
it's real.
Yeah, I guess it is. This is what I need to be doing right here. So ever since then, that's what I locked in on. Like I still play basketball and everything, but all my focus was really on football though.
Yeah. So you was really playing basketball. Like it hit a certain age where you was playing ball to help you in football. Like,
yeah, exactly. So it was just me doing it for fun, or just using basketball as me to rebound and use that for jump ball. You know what I mean? Exactly. So I just played it to still build and play football and get better at football. But after a while, football became my number one love.
I got you. So, yeah, we all been following you, like, when I was a young kid, like, going to Dorman games, watching you, like, do your thing, like, and I always noticed, like, you a real humble guy, like, you really don't you're not real flashy, like, you don't really talk crazy. From what I know, you might talk junk on the field, I don't know, but, I mean, to me, like, from the outside looking in, you look like a real humble person, like, how was you able to stay humble, like, being, like, one of the most, like, polished players out there, one of the best players out there, how was you able to stay humble?
Really just, I ain't never really liked attention. So I was just able to just, shy away from it, but still like I can be humble, but in my mind, I'm still like, yeah, I'm him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So you still got to have that mindset, but I never liked attention, so I wasn't about to bring it on myself. And then, I guess for my parents too, some parents, they get to bragging about their kids. Yeah. They weren't like that neither. So I was like, if they ain't bragging about me, so I don't need to be doing it myself.
Yeah.
So, but I always stay humble, and that's kind of like the best way to do things, because like, when you humble and you want blessings for other people, more stuff coming your way, you know what I mean? So that's kind of how I looked at it.
Yeah. I feel like being humble, like, it's a lost art, kind of, like, because everybody it's cameras everywhere. Like,
yeah,
when you
it's
playing,
different now, man.
I ain't gonna say it's ruining it, but
Yeah.
like it's taking away a level of like humbleness in players. But you still see it in some certain athletes.
Yeah,
Like
it's
you know what I mean?
nowadays it's rare though, man.
Yeah,
it's
it
rare,
is.
and you know, Twitter's big now,
Yeah.
and you know that's kind of. But the thing is, nowadays kids kind of got to like market themselves because now it's a marketing game. Now they got to do stuff to kind of get their name out there and be remembered.
Exactly. And I feel like it's not like the coolest thing nowadays to be humble. Like
Right.
everybody want to see somebody pop it. Like
Exactly.
like,
That's how it is, man. So it's different, but I mean, that's what it is now. But you can still like thrive through and be humble. If you can have that component in your life, man, it's good to have, bro.
Because my dad always tell me like, you don't gotta be like talking crazy. Like if you can play, you can play. Like they gonna find you. Like they gonna find you. Don't gotta be the most talkative. Like you don't gotta be the best. Like you feel me? Like and talking about yourself. Like people talking about you. If you can play, they gonna find you.
Exactly.
You can play.
That's kind of how I always live it too. Like if you can ball, like it don't matter where you go to college sometimes. Like if you can ball, you can ball.
That's
Like just be humble about it.
Yeah. So you know, transitioning going to college at Clemson. Like with you always being like probably the best player on your team. Like from when you were little league, probably going to high school, and you know you're going to Clemson, you're gonna have like a lot of tough guys around you, like other stars from when they was there. So how did you get adjusted to that going into a team where you know you're gonna have to play alongside players that's like the same caliber of you?
Yeah, that's when I first got to Clemson, I struggled with it bad, man. I was when I came in, I came in with Sammy and Marcvizionz, and you know Adam. Me and Adam played at high school together, so we all came in together. So and I was always kind of like checking what they was doing, like they're gonna make a play, like now I gotta go make a play now. You know what I mean? So I was always, you know, watching what they was doing, which is the wrong way to look at things because really it's just the man in the mirror at the end of the day.
Exactly.
And kind of when that clicked for me, I kind of was on that same level my sophomore year, but it clicked for me my third year, and I was kind of on my own, and you know, and I started playing a lot better. You know what I mean? But it was good being in the room like that, man, because competition, like you getting better. Like you can watch what I got DeAndre Hopkins. Let me see what he doing. I got Sammy Watkins. Let me see what he doing. Jerron Brown, he was one of our slot receivers at the time. He ended up playing in the league too for about 4 or 5 years. He was dope too, man. And then Marcvizionz Bryant, and then Adam, of course, man. It was just, it was so many different levels of talent I could learn from and get better with, and we were just all competing. Like we was all like happy for each other to see each other succeed or whatever. And then like as I got older, that's when like DeAndre Hopkins left, Mike Williams came in. You know what I mean? Like the year after that, Hunter Renfrow came in. So it was like it was always competition, and as I just grew throughout my time at Clemson, man, I kind of got in my own zone, and you know I played better. But having that competition in a room like that, it makes you better though. So I thrived through it, man. But it was tough at the beginning. But that's the thing with like, as I would tell a young kid, man, it's like don't look at everybody else. Like be in your own zone, be in your own lane, control what you can control. You know, do what you do. Like, don't try to be nobody else. Like that's how you end up being successful.
Yeah, I really want to like touch on that because I know like when I was a freshman, like going into college, not even just my own teammates, I would look at like other freshmen. Like, it's freshmen out here getting 30, like, and I'm getting like 10 and 6, like, and I'm like, I'm not doing enough, like. But at the end of the day, like, if you're a freshman and you playing, first of all, that's a good thing.
Yeah, because that don't happen a lot.
Like you on the field, you on the court, like that really don't happen. So, I mean, you talking about running your own race, like looking in the mirror, having to get better yourself, like that really can help somebody else that's gonna go through the same thing.
Most definitely, yeah.
But the topic you just touched on really was the wide receiver room, and I wanted to ask about that, like having like the names you said, D Hop, Hunter Renfrow, Marcvizionz Bryant, Mike Williams, Adam, and what was like the most like fun part about having that much talent in one room, and like what did you learn?
It was just fun seeing like the crazy plays they was making all like every practice. Like it was something every day. Like it would be something with Sammy with his blazing speed, or like Nuke catching one hand passes all day. It's just like when we did one-on-ones, like DBs did not want to see us, bro. Cause it was
shaking.
It was like 6 or 7 of us in that room at that time. My freshman sophomore year, like we all went to the league, so it was like them DBs they was catching hell from us like every day. Like it was. But that's how it was though. Like when we played games, it was like we rotated. Like it was starters, and then like we would come in, like it wasn't no drop off. Like we was talented, man. It was real talented.
Same level coming off the bench.
Exactly. So it's like that DB, he playing all game, but we play like half the game because we was splitting reps. You know what I mean? So it's like it was hell for defenders, man. That's why our offense was so good. We was deep at depth. Yeah. So, but they ain't really like the thing with Clemson now. It's hard to get depth because that transfer portal. So like they ain't really playing. Like you got a backup. They get ghosts. You know what I mean? They get gone. So that's kind of the. I think they would struggling now. But when we was there, man, we was deep. Like all my years, cause like even when I was getting older and I was a starter, then I had DeSean Kane behind me.
Behind you,
I had DeSean. Yeah, exactly. So I was like, I had to be on my toes too. You know what I mean? So now, because when I was young, I was the one chasing them. When I got older, now somebody chasing me. So, but like.
That's how it's supposed to work too. Like really any sport, like somebody behind you pushing you, make sure you on your stuff. Because if not, they gonna sub them, and you gonna be watching them.
Exactly. So you always hungry though. So you gotta stay hungry. Like once you finally get to that spot, understand somebody behind you on your heels too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So describe like getting drafted, like getting that phone call and knowing like your dream coming true. Like describe the feeling like you had.
Oh man, it was crazy, man. Like I said earlier, I wanted that feeling of, going across the stage with the jersey, whatever. It didn't happen like that, but I was completely fine with finally being able to live that dream of going to the NFL. And when I got that call, man, it's like everything that I worked for, that was it. And I was really emotional about it. That was everything just came out of me right there. And that process was weird, man, because I was like, I had no idea where I was going to get drafted. Like I had a real good senior year or whatever. And, I went to the combine. I did solid at the combine, and then I met with a few coaches. Some of them telling you, like, I had I think the receiver coach from the Broncos, he was like, we're going to draft you in the 4th round if you're there. You know what I'm saying? That didn't happen. I had a good relationship with a Seahawks coach and like a Dolphins coach or whatever going into the draft. They didn't really say where they had me projected or whatever, but I knew it was going. I felt like I knew it was going to be later. Either it was going to be 6, 7 or free agent or whatever. Yeah. And as they got to the 7th round, it started like I was like the 3rd day or whatever. Like damn, I was like I might not get drafted, but and I started getting calls from like I think the Dolphins called me. It was like we want to pick you up as a free agent. Broncos called me again, said we want to pick you up as a free agent if you available. Like once the draft over, like you know what I'm saying? Because like at that point when you're a free agent, you pick where you want to go or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So and I ended up getting a call from the Jets, man, and had my family there with me, man. It was crazy, man. That's probably one of the best moments of my life, man. Just being able to get drafted by them, man. And I know going into it, I was like, man, I don't want to get drafted nowhere cold, you know what I mean? So I'm from South Carolina. Like, I ain't want to go to like Green Bay or Buffalo or nothing like that. Ended up getting drafted by the Jets, man. But it was cool, man, because like at the end of the day, it really don't even matter. You just there to play ball.
Exactly.
But that was a feeling, man. I would love to feel that feeling again, man. That was amazing. Yeah.
So how long is like the phase where you like excited, like celebration, and then like when does the work start? Like what's that time period?
Man, I wanted to go work out right after, you know what I mean? But I didn't know, but it was I just celebrated with my family. Like it was like I didn't do nothing big. I was just in the crib with my folks or whatever. But I know I think my wife's birthday was that day too. So it was like we celebrated our birthday that night. Yeah. So it was like both our celebrations. The next day I was back to work. You know what I mean? Because we had like a week or two before we had to actually be there. But then once you got there, man, it was, eyes open, man, just seeing how real it is, man. Because like you want that dream, but then when they actually get here, you're like, damn, this is really happening. Like it's really real. Like this is everything. This is everything I work for right here. So man, that feeling is amazing, though, bro. Yeah. So now that you got drafted, like describe like being a pro. Like what did you have to learn when you first got there? Like what adjustment from college to being a pro did you have to get adjusted to? Like what's the biggest thing? I felt like the game was more mental than physical, man. It was like those guys was like super smart, and of course like just physical too because it's like it's D-line that's running the same 40 times as me. You know what I mean? So like the speed is crazy. That's crazy. But those guys are like really smart, man. They know the game so much because there's guys in the league that's been playing for 10 plus years. Like you play that long, you know the game like the back of your hand, and you know it. You see anything, you can react because you know it's already about to happen. Exactly. But it was love though, man. Just and then I was actually around a great group of guys too. I know I was like one of my idols, Brandon Marshall. Like it was crazy to be in the same room with him because like when I was in high school, I'm watching his film before I play a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like, you know, but that was my role model kind of growing up. So I wanted to like glorify my game after his.
Yeah.
So it was crazy for me to, you know, now be in the same room with him. And but you know, man, it was a fun process, man. But it's like I said though, it's real mental though, and it's a roller coaster mentally too though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I was like never depressed or nothing, but it was like if things ain't going your way, they can really cut you at any time. Like it ain't college. Like you ain't just got that scholarship until you leave.
Yeah.
Like you like disposed, but they can cut you at any time. Like throughout my rookie year, I was pretty comfortable. But then it's like every Tuesday during the season, it's guys they're working out. You know what I mean? So
yeah, different people coming.
yeah, so like it's literally every Tuesday they're looking for somebody to come take your spot.
Yeah,
and like you coming in Monday after a bad game on Sunday, you're like, man, they about to bring somebody in here to get me, bro.
Yeah,
But it's tough mentally, man. Like mentally on the field, and it's tough mentally off the field because like to be able to keep a level headspace is tough. Which my rookie year I did for the most part, but after that, man, it was a roller coaster, man. But I wouldn't change it for the world though. I mean, I enjoyed my time there, but it was tough, man. It's a mental game, bro.
So like, did you have like any vets like that you that like really brung you in and like helped you out, like even off the field, like helping you with like living situations, and, like, spots in New York, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is there any specific vets like do you remember like that helped you out a lot?
Definitely. It was mostly the receivers. I feel like I know one of my dogs, Quincy Newmar. He was number 81 with the Jets. He was my dog in there. He was like one of the vets. He was like a year or two, you know, in the league before I got there. And he was one of my vets. Took me on his wing, man. And you know, he was still young too, but we was kind of growing together. And he kind of took me on his wing, led me away, man, on the field, off the field, all that, man. And B. Marsh too, man. He was good to have in there because like he was very like smart and he knew the game, man. Like learning his moves, learning how he thinks and all that, man. Like I learned so many like different releases just off being around him, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, like I said, he was like my role model. I remember the last 2 weeks, like we weren't going to the playoffs or nothing like that. So we was on the field or whatever. I went up to him. I walked up to him. I was like, man, let me get that jersey, sign that jersey for me. And he was like, you serious?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man, I'm serious.
Really?
Sign that jersey for me. Yeah, man. So yeah. He signed a jersey for me, gave me some gloves too. I was like, yeah, man, that was like my role model though.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't even imagine like being on the court like with like Jimmy or
that's
Josh,
what I'm saying.
like
That's kind of how the same thing it was. Like, yeah.
Crazy, like just to be there, like. So I do want to ask you, like, this was, I don't know if you were in the league or like coming home from college, but I remember I was in the 10th grade. Well, going into the 10th grade, I had just got moved to like receiver for the first time because I played quarterback all the way up to then. And I hit up my sister. I was like, I was kind of scared to like make that transition. I'm like, you think you can get Charone on the field with me and work me out one day? So I just want to ask you, do you remember that?
No, I do remember. I was either on the way to the league or I was home from the league. It was like, I know it's like going into my first year or after my first year. I do remember that though. You was nice. You had somebody else out there with you too.
Yeah, I had Hayden the quarterback, because that was the quarterback in my grade that they was trying to make the quarterback, and I was the receiver. So it was kind of supposed to be like a 1-2 punch. So I called him up. I was like, yeah, I'm finna work out with Charone. I'm trying to get right. So you trying to throw. So I just wanted you to tell the people that I was nice.
Nah, he's cold. He was cold, man. He was nice with the routes. He shifty. He got the hands, everything, man. Even the coaches at Darwin now, they was literally talking about it the other day. They was talking about how you was slinging the ball like when you was playing quarterback. They was literally just talking about that the other day.
Yeah, that was. So
yeah, you was an all-time athlete, man.
I wanted to tell all my teammates from Butler. They don't think I played football. Like I tried to tell them.
You was nice, man.
That's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted that segment to be right there, just for you to tell them folks that I was really nice in football, for real. But I want to transition to like how is parenthood for you? Like how that's been like. Is like your son being here like a different motivation for you, like a different?
Man, it definitely is. Just like I look at him something like that. I want to give you everything. You know what I mean? And I wanted like, I'm kind of disappointed I didn't get I wanted him to see me play. You know what I mean? Like he seen me play one game in Canada. But he was real young though. But yeah, I wanted him to kind of experience that. Watching me play. But since he been here though, man, that's like super motivation. Like I wish I had him when I was playing. Like that motivation that happened when he was born is like that's a real drive for me to like do well in life, man. And just do everything I can to like give them everything. You know what I mean? And kind of how that same upbringing I had, the 2-parent household, stable house, because that helps a lot for a child to grow up, man. And man, but yeah, man. But I just want to give them everything, bro. That parenthood, that's real love, man. Just like when you get home, that he running to you, daddy, yeah. So exactly. that's a feeling, man. Like I said, like draft night was one of my best feelings. That's one of them feelings too. Like you get home and you get that love from your son, man. That's an unmatched feeling right there, bro.
Yeah, trying to give him like the same type of parenthood you had, like 2 parents.
Exactly, man.
Trying to raise them the right way.
Exactly.
So,
as long as he know I love him, man. Just like, and I want him to be able to love too. Like I want him to understand, like he can show his feelings and all that, man. I just want him to, be the best he can be, man. Growing up, I won't be pushing him to do nothing he don't want to do, man. But I'm gonna put him in everything before he can make his own decision for sure. You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna be forcing him to do nothing. But I feel like he'll make the right decision when it's that time. But he'll have every opportunity to make that decision.
That's how it's supposed to be for sure. I want to talk about. I ain't had this question written down, so I hope you don't mind me asking.
Nah, that's cool.
About the knee injury, like, cause I had one too.
Yeah.
So I know like going through injuries is like tough, like especially when you're in a sport, like you want to be great, like you want to do good things, but when a setback happens, like describe like what like you had to do mentally, like to prepare you to rehab and get back and get back right. So
see, like I was saying earlier, I was I was struggling those first 2 years with like the competition or whatever, and it clicked for me in my 3rd year, and I was going crazy in camp. Started off this season, I think it was Georgia, had a real good game. Second game, caught a touchdown, and then going into week 3, I tore my ACL in practice. I was running the corner route and just gave out on me, and at that time I was like, I got all these dreams, and I felt like it just got snatched away from me. You know what I mean? And then you got that, you hurt or whatever, you got that feeling, but then you get surgery and you like, damn, I really can't do nothing. Like, how am I supposed to recover from this? Like, I'm looking at my leg is about the size of my calf muscle, like my thigh. You know what I mean? So it's like it's real small. I lost like 20, 30 pounds after the surgery. I'm like, man, ain't no way I can recover from this. But really just dug deep inside myself. Like I got somewhere like I didn't know I had that type of toughness to get out of that hole I was in, and it was rough, man. But I found a way to find some positivity out of it. Like when that happened, like my grades shot up. You know what I mean? I had more time, so I got my grades up. But I never stopped working though. Like when I was able to walk, finally, I was like hitting the jug machine during practice. You know what I mean? I was finding a way to stay active. And I was rehabbing twice a day, you know what I mean? And I was hitting the weight room super hard, the upper body, you know what I mean? So when I finally came back, for the most part, trying to come back, I was stronger. And mentally, I was stronger.
Exactly.
And I felt better than I ever had. So like after the post-injury, I felt like I was better than I was before. You know what I mean?
In all aspects though, like.
Exactly. So like, I wouldn't trade it for the world, like, cause that really made me who I am, you know what I mean? And I was stronger physically. Mentally, I was way stronger. I got faster. I was, I think when I ran the 40 my senior year, I ran like a 4:19. You know what I mean? So I got faster out of it. So it was like, some clicked, man. I worked harder, man. Everything just, cause I felt like I was fighting for my life, like. Because this is my dream, this is my life, this is what I want to do. So I got to find a way to recover from this injury and be better than I was, because like when you out, like it's God's plan. So now you know what I mean, they got to step on you right now, because they got a year ahead of you. They ain't hurt and they playing right now, and you got to watch somebody else play your spot. Because I was starting, you know what I mean? So I'm watching somebody else do what I was supposed to be doing. So now I gotta get my spot back. So I can't come back the same person I was. I gotta come back better. Exactly. You know what I mean?
And it's kind of crazy because you started off like good. Like you started off good, had a touchdown.
Exactly.
And all, so you coming back like I got to get back to that and better.
And better. Exactly. And that's how it happened. So my the first game out of after the surgery, I caught a touchdown. That was DeSean Watson's first touchdown ball. So and that's how and from there it's like, yeah, all right, yeah, I'm here now. Yeah.
Foot us on the gas.
Yeah.
But I always tell people like who ask me about my injury, like I feel like I found like a mental toughness that I never thought I had. Like, and I'm gonna keep it for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
Cause like being out and having to come back and do stuff that you didn't think you would be able to do, like it just builds mental toughness for me. Like
man.
It's just like I'm gonna keep that forever. Like,
like that's what I'm saying. Like that literally made me who I am. Like like I'm way stronger now. Like I can handle any type of adversity throughout my life now because of that happened to me.
It's like it took everything away from you. And
exactly.
Got it back.
I had to get it right back.
Yeah.
Cause like when I got hurt when I was in the league my second year, I had to and I missed the whole season. And had a high ankle sprain, but I had to end up getting surgery out of it. So I was like, I was out the whole year in the cast and the boot and all that. So I was like, when that happened, I was like, if I can get through ACL, I can get through this. So I was able to bounce back from that. So like that right there built who I am. Like so I was able to just overcome anything that could happen to me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I know exactly how that feels.
Yeah.
But I want to transition to like your coaching job now. So did you ever see yourself like becoming a coach? And like, what's your favorite part about being on the staff, like with the kids?
Honestly, I didn't really see myself being a coach because I ain't really like out there like talkative like that. Like I love the game and everything, but I ain't really like as a coach. You don't get coaches.
Yeah.
They real talkative.
They be into it.
Yeah, and I ain't really that talkative or whatever. But and it kind of happened organically because I had just retired from playing in Canada, and like the new coach Dustin Curtis had came and got the job at Dorman once Coach Gushaw left. Yeah. And I was actually working with Rocket Mortgage at the time, so I was working on getting my license for it to be a mortgage banker. Yeah. Because like I said, I didn't really have no plans of coaching the football. Yeah. And I just got a call from him one day. He was like, asked me if I wanted to coach. I had to because I was like literally like on call center for Rocket Mortgage at the time. I had to pause my calls and like answer the phone or whatever. I was like, I was like, man, let me think about it, talk to the wife or whatever, and see what I want to do. And then we just kind of like came to agreements like this is what I love to do, so I might as well like go ahead and try it out. It won't go wrong, or like we won't do no wrong. Like try it out, see if you like it. If you don't, you don't. If you do, stick with it. You know what I mean? And I like it a lot, man. It's just pretty much just being around the game, man, and then being around kids. That's like high school is a good age to get around kids because they ain't really like fully developed yet. Exactly. So that's why I like being able to be there because like now you get to learn from my experience. Like a lot of like high school kids, you don't really get the blessing of being around a pro athlete to like teach you whatever or coach you. That usually don't happen to you. Like get to college or like high to the pros or whatever. So so I'm glad I'm able to be there and I guess be a role model and a coach at the same time to them guys. And but it's fun though seeing like the growth of those kids, man, and just like cause like from 9th grade to 12th grade, it's a big difference. It's 3-4 years, but it's a big difference. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's good to be around those guys and helping them grow in any sense I can, man. So it's fun though. Yeah, so just to be around the game. Period. Yeah. Yeah.
I think the funnest part is like seeing them develop, like from like 9th grade to 12th grade. You think that's like the funnest part?
Most definitely, man. Like I know we, cause I only been there 1 year, but still like guys we had like that sophomores going to their junior year or freshmen going to their sophomore year. Like it's a big jump from where they were last year, like just from being the spring ball. So so much room for improvement, and it's just fun seeing how much they grow from there, man. It's just like, and then it's like, and it's just fun being on the field, period. Like, cause I still get to be, have like do movements or whatever, cause I have to show them drills sometimes. Exactly. And like, so it's good. It's fun for me to get out there and do it too. Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, hold up, I might still got it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm already know.
I'm like, hold up, I still got it. Might go to the XFL or something, man. But it's fun. It's just fun to be out there, man. Just to be around the game, period, man. Cause like, I mean, this what I grew up passionate, loving to do. So I'm still doing it. So it's cool, just on a different side of it now.
Do it hit different? Cause like, you done been on that field, like running them same plays, like running on the same field as them, like putting that same jersey on. It probably hit different for you because you actually been in it.
Yeah, it do though. It's tough at the same time because you really want to be out there, and then so that's why like whatever I feel, I just pour it into them, get it out of them, man, because I want them to. Because I want all your guys to be successful going into it. So I'm just doing everything I can and using the connections I can to try to help them get the schools and help them be successful going through it.
Yeah. So what should we expect like this year coming up for like the Dorman team and particularly the receivers, like the group that you working with? Like, what should we expect by watching them?
Well, I know we lost a lot of starters, man. We lost a lot of seniors too, and but I feel like we're gonna do like a lot better than people think, just because like they don't really know nobody on our team. Like, didn't nobody really play last year, but we got a lot of young guys, man, and with that receiver group, man. We got like one or two seniors. One of them was a starter last year. He gonna be nice. Smoke, number 0. Look out for him. He gonna be good, man. He's real shifty, good hands, man, and he's a good leader too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he ain't really that talkative, but like leading by example, that's almost better than talking sometimes. You know what I mean? Because you actually doing it. And then we got Keenan Whiteside. He's gonna be nice. So if you don't know, that's JJ little brother. Yeah. So like I want him to have his own name, but I just wanted to like let you know what type of beast you dealing with when I said that JJ little brother. Like, he on the same type of level he is, man. He's catching everything that come his way, man. He's crazy with the jump ball. And then we got another young guy that's gonna be a sophomore, KD Hainsworth, man. I feel like he's a young me a little bit, man. They put him in 19 and everything, but he gonna be good, man. He real fast, can jump out the gym, man, and he gonna put it all together. He gonna have a real big year. He gonna be real successful going forward, man.
He's a sophomore, so he young. So.
Yeah, he'll be a sophomore. Yeah, so that's one of them guys I'm like enjoying watching develop, because he a long way from where he was last year too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he kind of putting it all together. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a fun year, man. It's gonna be a lot better than what people expected, because like I said, everybody knew we lost so many starters, man. But yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be competitive too with Burns and Gaffney. Like, it's where it need to be right now in the upstate, man. We got some ballers up here for real.
I'm ready to watch. I'm gonna be closer to home too.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Some games, you know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be competitive, man.
Yeah. So I wanted to make this episode like a theme, and like the theme for this episode is one of them ones, because you was really one of them ones. Like, if you don't know, like, pull up his name. Like, we're gonna show some highlights on the podcast, but he was really one of them ones. But I wanted to ask you about one play that I remember when you was at Clemson. And it wasn't even like you catching the ball or nothing. It was a block. And like, you was on the island on one side, and I forgot who y'all was playing. But
I think Miami.
Yeah, it was Miami, and you had a dude and you blocked him and you stood over him like that. Like, that's when I knew you was like a real dog. Like, it's not fake. Like, walk me through that play.
That was that's one of them things where like you humble about it, but then you still him, because he was like, before the game even started, bro. Before the game started, like, they was out there with their shirts off, talking crazy. Like, they from Miami, so you know how they is down there.
Yeah, I know that.
They talking crazy. We about to fight before the game. They having a break. They having the separators break us up or whatever. Then the game started or whatever. It was on down through the line, and I caught an out route. His name was Artie Burns. We friends today though, because we trained together for the combine. We cool today. But I caught an out route and ran out of bounds. He was like hanging on to me, and like he never let go. I was like, what you doing? Like, he's still hanging on to me. Too long. All right. So we went. So like the very next play, they call a run play for DeSean, and like, all right, I'm about to get him right here. Like, I hit him with a release to make him think I was going on field, and I just like pushed him or whatever. I was like, he was on the ground. So, all right, I got something for you. And I got on top of him and tried to drug him through the ground. But that's one of them. Like, I'm real humble. I don't really talk much, but if you want to start it, man, I gotta finish. I gotta finish it. I gotta finish it.
That's how I am. Yeah. Like, I don't really talk unless you start with me. Like,
exactly.
I can finish the job.
I don't say nothing, man. I just play the game, bro. But if you want to do that, we can do that too.
For sure.
I'm humble. I ain't soft though. You know what I mean?
Oh God. But that's one of the plays I remember for sure. But to end it off, we always do like a top 5 segment on here, and I want to ask you, like, what's your top 5 corners that you played against?
Top 5, I had to say Jimmy Smith. He was with the Ravens my rookie year. Jimmy Smith. I played Jalen Ramsey when I was at Clemson.
Yep, FSU.
Then I played Richard Sherman. And then the thing about those 3 guys, all those guys are like tall, long, like 6'1", 6'2", and up.
Exactly.
So it's like they was like real patient, just let they length work for them. So like, I'm not, like, me being my size, I'm not used to a corner being the same size as me. You know what I mean? So I was like, them 3 was like tough to like really find my groove with because they was just so long and quick and fast, man, and physical with it too. So like, I remember one time I like took a play off with Ramsey. He put me into the sideline and like
you wasn't expecting.
Yeah, exactly. Coach Sweeney was on me that that next day. Then Jimmy Smith and Richard Sherman, man, they were just so long and fast, man. And then another one was Tyrann Mathieu. He was that was kind of like, but he was in Arizona. He was like the nickel back, so he played against the slot a whole lot. So that's what. So like when I was coming in, it would be like second and longer, like third down, and it would have like a 4 receiver package. That's when I would come in, and he was always matched up against me, so we was going at it all game. And so I had a few catches in there, and he had like, I think he had a pick to end the game. So we was going back and forth the whole game. He was a tough corner. He was real like feisty with it, you know what I mean?
He seemed like he like a little pit bull.
Yeah, that's how he was. He was like real feisty with it. He fast and quick and all that, man. But he was good too. But the number one for sure, man, it was Darrelle Revis. Like he was like I didn't like we was on the same team, but I had to go against him every day my rookie year or whatever. And like he was past his prime, so he wasn't there like athletically, but mentally he was so smart, bro. Like he was played the game so slow, but he already knew what was about to happen. Like anytime I had a route under 15 yards, he wasn't even backpedaling. Like I don't know how he knew. He just was never backpedaling. Like when he played it, and they thought, no, I did have a deep route. He would already be gone. You know what I mean? So he was just so smart and just knew the game so well. He was always just in the right position at every time. So like every time I was able to like get a catch on him, in my head I'm like, I just caught a ball on Darrelle Revis.
I would do the same thing. I would do the same thing.
But yeah, them right there, Jimmy Smith, Richard Sherman, Ramsey, Tyrann Mathieu, and then Darrelle Revis. That's definitely top five corners I went against, man.
That's a crazy list right there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we ain't ducking no bump though. We ain't ducking
nothing. I ain't ducking that bump.
We ain't ducking nothing. But that's a wrap for this episode. I appreciate you, man.
Man, thanks for having me, man. Enjoyed it, man.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all subscribe, like and subscribe, and we're going to be back. If y'all ever need some receiver work or some tight end work, you know, Charone runs a VIP performance training, so I'm going to tell him to speak about it a little bit.
Yeah, so Sundays and Wednesdays I'm doing training. Wednesdays at 5 to 6, and then Sundays from 2 to 3. Hit me up with any details you need, but yeah, I'm doing receiver and training work. We're training receiver and tight end work, and you know, I'm just helping get guys better, man. Just be better at the game mentally, become students at the game, but also at the same time, you know, honing those skills, getting them right, developing young guys, and you know, helping them get better and prepare them for the season coming forward, and you know, going into college.
Well, hit them up, man. VIP Performance. Get that training, get that work in, man.
Yes,
we
sir.
out.